Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. That's been left off. We couldn't push anymore. Freaking the killer really got suspicious of us, and yeah, so we had to back off, and now we have to choose. Is Matt guilty or not guilty? We know the circumstances of either one. So time has finally come. Guilty or not guilty? We all love you, Maya. We all do. And I pray that you'll be okay. Because we all know that he is guilty and he deserves to be guilty. What are we waiting for? We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Man on guard. Your client deserves an answer. Maya. I'm sorry. Man on guard is...
Objection!
Franziska! Franziska von Karma! Oh, thank God! What are you doing here? Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine and his injuries are minor. All the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat that is. That's gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there are nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, and for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? This trial's already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What? Excuse me, guys. I don't know if I'm coming out from cold or what, but it sucks. Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence and down to the last. I request that Ms. Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will be not accepted by the court. Now, Ms. Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn the whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Well, to be sure, let's question it. Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform ballistics tests, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case, at least to me. That's the pistol he'll use to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Franziska. It's probably not gonna help us very much. Well, it's there. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Unguard Mansion. Yeah, why not question it? Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that his tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to this hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of our officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelly the Killer is no ordinary man. Okay, so that seems pretty important right there. The last piece of evidence is that this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Yeah, or some. Question it. Why not? What was that used? Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing this the night of the murder. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There's a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were able to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. Well, we got that. That is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing, it is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor! Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix? I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's... Try. For my sake, just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. 2? The first? Make Engard wish for the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Engard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way? Force the killer to end his contract with Engard. If the killer were no longer to think of Engard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia! That's even more impossible! He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side? Wait, does she mean... You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We've all seen a piece of evidence, and that is how we came to know the truth. But there are people who have not seen them all, and those people do not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I'll pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I am not saying it is us who needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask for it with such passion, I'll grant you one chance. One chance? Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible! Turn this situation around one try? One try. That is all I will permit. I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix. Think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright. Let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? And the one person I want to show evidence to, although it may not really seem like anything, is the killer. I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Okay, guys. Whatever you do, like, okay, even beginning with presenting Shelly the killer, these next steps, whatever you do, you need to do what I do, or else you will get the bad ending, which we never want to see the bad ending. So we want to present it to Shelly the killer, and the evidence that we want to show him is this videotape, since he seems to really want to get it. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, it looks like they got a hold of him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all that I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you were on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden at that crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at that scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Manengard film the crime scene? The reason why he did it is my ticket out of this whole mess. This is the only one reason why your client was secretly filming the crime scene. They? Okay. This too. You have to get it right or else it goes down the shitter. They wanted to see Juan get his, which, They didn't trust your skills, They wanted blackmail on you. I can't think of another reason why you would want to do something like that. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yeah, that's where that video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, and even blackmail him if I want. Your clients didn't trust you at all. They were thinking using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say about that, Shelly the Killer? Gah. Oh, a ho, oh he, or something like that. It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by Natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. I hope you guys enjoyed that red screen for a minute. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around. Mr. Wright? Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job in my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! Good old Maya. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness! This trial appears to come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness, and... Go! Miss Von Karma, where did that... She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Yeah, you sweat, you little bastard. Mr. On Guard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead which way your heart tells you. Right, Chief. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep this video's gonna be a little longer, so we all know what to do here. He's guilty like no other. Man on Guard, even though I am a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you get an acquittal, instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life would be in danger, no matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Guilty! No! Guilty, guilty, guilty! Oh my god, he goes all over the... Oh, jeez. Look at his face. Ah. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. We? I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth? How is Man on Guard? I've left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whip leather right about now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debts to society for my own crime, Your Honor. This trial was the first time I had stood on the witness stand, and when I did, I really felt hopeless. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? Oh yeah, she has an illness. Yeah, he really did go after her there. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself and who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Aww, she's smiling. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy you two are in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I ever felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned. And although there's no confetti in the courtroom, there's confetti in my heart for doing the right thing. And that was very corny. I'm gonna end the video right here, guys. The next video will be the final part of Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Stay tuned for finale, and watch how everything concludes. I'll see you guys later.